autobiography is the story of a person's life written or told by that person. An example is My Experiments with Truth, written by N.K. Gandhi. An autobiography can also be a story or narrative written from the point of view of an imaginary or inanimate object. For example, autobiography of a pet dog, or table, or chair, or coin. There are some important points that you must keep in mind while writing an autobiography. An autobiography is the story of a person's life written by that person. So, it should be written in the first person. Use the first person pronouns I and me when referring to the person writing it. While writing the autobiography of an animal or an inanimate object, try to put yourself in the position of that animal or object you are writing about and imagine the things it would see, say, or think if it were alive. The main character in an autobiography is the person writing it. The person becomes the author of the story. The other characters mentioned are related in some way to the author narrating the story. While writing the outline, think about what you're going to write and jot down your thoughts in the form of points. Make a note of all the facts and lifetime events which are worth including in the autobiography. After you have gathered all information which you want to include in the autobiography, sort it and arrange it in chronological order. This means that you describe the events in a person's life in the order in which they took place, starting with the earliest and ending with the most recent. Form an outline from the written points. The outline should consist of the main events in a person's life. Write the title of the autobiography using title casing in which the main words begin with capital letters. Divide the autobiography into paragraphs. Each paragraph should deal with one point. Like a story, the autobiography can be divided into three parts: the introduction or beginning, the body or the middle, the conclusion or the end. Introduction. Introduce your autobiography in an interesting way. Start in the present. Follow it with the mention of your birth. Tell an interesting story about your birth. You can use a funny dialogue that you said when you were little. The body of the autobiography may include more than one paragraph. To develop the body of the autobiography, write about what you were like when you were younger and what you are like now, what your personality is like, who your friends are, what you like to study in school, etc. Then you can write about what you hope to do in the future. Finish with a conclusion. Summarize everything you have described and discussed. Say a few words on why it is that you wrote this autobiography. End your autobiography on a positive note. Before finalizing your autobiography, read through the story, check it, and make appropriate changes to it. Ensure that all the important events and points mentioned in the outline have been covered. Ensure that the purpose of the story and the events are easy to understand. Ensure that the language used is simple yet descriptive and engaging. Ensure that the use of spelling, capitalization, grammar, and punctuation is checked. Ensure that the story is as interesting as possible. However, it should not deviate from the truth.